All right,
left
hotkey decided to
anything.
not work, so we're gonna redo that intro. Hello and welcome to Week 9 action from Oakland. The New Orleans Saints taking on the Oakland Raiders. I'm here joined by Flynn. Nice intro, Flynn. And Shadow.
You cut out on my end. Sorry. My bad.
Okay.
I just heard I'm here with, and then you cut out.
I'm here joined by Flynn, and then I just stood here. Going to be a good one. This is the first time we actually get to see the rookie Tua Tagovailoa in action, or at least on this stream. We've obviously seen him throughout the season already, but going to be the first time that we see him on a podcast show. Definitely looking forward to that, as I'm an Alabama fan. So
From's better.
why do you think I took From? I mean, I took From for a reason. He's the better quarterback.
I'm looking forward to this class though.
Yeah, IRL. I'm looking
though,
forward to it.
Way better than this year's quarterback class.
Oh, without a doubt. Tua drops back.
Sorry for the Dwayne Haskins supporters out there.
Yeah. And Tua's going to take a sack. Oakland's pass rush not really known for being that deadly, but able to get in there on the young quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was forced to trade away Khalil Mack season 1.
Yeah, Oakland's pass rush really depended on Khalil Mack, and that trade from John Gruden IRL really hurt their pass rush.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Is that Albert Wilson there?
Well, I actually believe that's Caleb Wilson, the old Dallas man. And that one's going to go to Michael Thomas, who's just going to stretch out the first down. Got it by about the skin of his teeth. Tua sneaking that one into a very tight window. Highly contested. I believe it was... You could stretch it as double coverage. It wasn't really double coverage, if you ask me. But definitely didn't have a ton of room to fit that one in. Is my voice going through for y'all? Because you guys are not talking.
Sorry, it is coming through, Ryan.
Yeah, it's doing better now.
Okay.
Before I left the call, it was really robotic, but it's good now.
Tua drops back, going to look for Alvin Kamara. It's going to fall just incomplete.
There's a bad miss there.
Yeah, that's one of those that Madden misses that 100% of the time, just because of the fact that he's a lefty.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why, but I'm about to give everyone that's watching a little bit of a heads up. If you are a left-handed quarterback and you are throwing to a drag going across the field to the right, or a right-handed quarterback throwing to a drag to the left, you will always overthrow it.
I made a couple with Allen.
Well, when you're very far out, when it's very far across your body.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like what that was with Tua to Alvin Kamara.
Even though when it's...
Yeah, with the right-handed quarterbacks, it doesn't seem nearly as
Oh, Tua to Michael Thomas.
prominent.
Threading the needle.
Fits that one just into double coverage. And entry timeout. We're going to ignore the Madden person just all of a sudden glitching backwards. But
Yeah, I seemed a little bit confused that the receiver actually caught the ball there, but
yeah. Looked like a Cleveland Brown over there thinking that the game was over. Too soon for Cleveland fans, but
I'm pretty sure they don't care about anything you throw at them roast-wise nowadays, now that they have a quarterback.
yeah. Now they have Baker. They're feeling too dangerous to be upset about that now. Tua under center in the eye, something that you don't really see all that often. Tua's not really the type of quarterback to go under center all that much. He has the ability.
Ooh, Kamara breaking tackles.
Ooh, that power running game, you don't see that a lot from Alvin. He's much more of a shiftier back. You don't see him just plowing through tackles like that all that often.
Well, he has a little bit of power in him, but not like.
Yeah, not like Mark Ingram.
Oh, he's
Like,
no
I'm
Mark
pretty sure he
Ingram
let
by
him
any stretch
walk.
of the
He's on the Colts now.
imagination. Yes, this user did not let him walk, but the previous user let him walk. He got signed by the Colts, dropped by the Colts, and I'm not sure where he ended up.
Yeah, I think it was a Colts AI at the time.
I don't know
signed him.
either.
And then Dax, when he took the
I think
Colts back
Cleveland
over,
considered
cut him.
signing him, but
I know
Yeah.
Arizona highly considered it, but I don't think that they ever pulled the
Arizona?
trigger.
Why would Arizona?
He's a New
No.
Orleans fan. He's a New Orleans fan.
oh,
Makes sense. Now Kamara's going to take the rock, and he's going to plow forward for the first down.
And gain of 2, but he only needed 1. Actually, going to go down as a gain of 3, but he only got, I guess it was at the 19.5-yard line.
favorable spot.
Yeah, very favorable spot. Regardless, it would have been a first down either way. So New Orleans operating out of the red zone.
First red zone trip of the day.
Yeah.
Tua comes up in the eye.
All
They're going to run the
all
toss.
receivers to the left.
Alvin Kamara, who has the edge, is he going to get all the way?
Oh, this one's coming back. There was a block in the back. Yep, Zach Line. Ooh, and their rookie defensive tackle for Oakland going to be out with an abdominal tear.
That's that. Hate to see it.
Yeah, you truly hate to see it.
Missed the injury.
It was well, he wasn't a rookie. I don't know if he was a rookie or not. It was a D tackle. He took him in the draft either last year or the year before. I didn't see the name exactly because it went away too fast. I believe Ellis, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Justin Ellis? He is definitely not a
Is
rookie.
that score on the
in last
bottom?
couple of
Screen
years.
correct? 54-24? 56-24? It was Ravens versus Colts.
Did they already
beat Colts.
play?
Already
I don't know.
Wow,
Tua
that
drops
doesn't-
back.
That can't be right?
Hits Michael Thomas just barely over the middle. I feel like we would have heard that from Dax. I feel like Dax would be cussing up a storm.
We'll check on that later.
Yeah.
For now.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a
Looks like single back. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, single back.
A single back pistol.
I like this formation. Oh, but they're gonna run it. I would have passed.
Ooh. Straight at 91. He wasn't even blocked.
Yeah, bad play call. We'll see. See what the Saints dial up here.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 now. After that last play went backwards. I think this pass more than likely goes to Michael Thomas.
I'd watch White depending on the
Yeah, he's
play.
going over the middle.
Yeah, White's open. Oh, he's gonna check down the Kamara,
He's gonna
though.
Kamara's gonna fight his way up there though.
Great effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got lucky.
Actually, kind of surprised that they wouldn't have tried Thomas going over the middle, just because, I mean, obviously you probably want to try and find your #1 receiver, but I guess to start running back, I mean, this is this is a running back that is known as a receiving threat.
I kind of disagree with the throw though. White, if you threw
keep
White,
keep an eye on the slot receiver. Oh, it's gonna be a run. Never mind. And
Ooh, holding.
yeah.
Third string tight end comes in and he's it up.
He's in real life.
Not going back on the
That
field.
was a play that should have never happened. He has his slot receiver. I couldn't really see the number just because of the angle, but he had his slot receiver uncovered. He had Michael Thomas or that slot receiver was one or the other going to be open because there was two people covering 3 guys.
I believe it was Scott in the slot. I don't know who that is.
The
LJ Scott, I believe.
LJ Scott's their backup running back, so I don't think it was Scott. It was probably
White, maybe? I don't know.
I think it was Wilson, actually. It was either White or Wilson.
The Saints user has made a lot of moves.
Yeah.
There's some
Tua steps up in the pocket, and he's going to get about 5 off of that run.
Good job not letting Perfect take a shot.
Yeah, Vontez, you know that he's wanting to take that shot.
What's the purge?
I hope people watching get that reference.
90% of the people watching more than likely do. Okay, this scoreboard has to be wrong. The scoreboard has to be wrong. I say that because there was a team that finished with 2 points on the board. There's no way that that's right.
Technically.
What are you referring to?
One of these games was finished something to 2.
On the bottom. The ticker on the bottom.
Yeah.
Ooh, he got the angle route. Ooh. Should have thrown it just a tad sooner to let my Kamara make a move.
Yeah. Still gonna get 3 yards.
Not a bad play.
They're down in goal now.
I'm not a fan of the play call. I think you need to overload that mid zone there, but
yeah, do slants, drags. I don't know. Leaving just one guy in the middle at that point. Also seeing a lot of dime looks from Oakland.
Yeah,
not quite sure he wasn't
going light on the personnel.
Not quite sure why he wasn't running. Gonna come out a little bit heavier now. Brings out his linebackers. And the toss. That's gonna somehow gain a yard.
Because Alvin Kamara
on the tackle. I thought he retired.
Who was it?
Like 31, 32 now.
Something.
Linebacker Whitehead, 59.
To your Whitehead, he actually re-signed him. He went free agent, and he re-signed him in free agency.
Interesting.
Sorry, I'm still trying to find that that game on the bottom ticker. I'm curious which game that was.
According to chat, those 2 scores, both Ravens Colts and Broncos Jets, are accurate.
Was Broncos Jets the 2-point game?
Correct.
Okay. How did Broncos give up a safety?
Safety, but other than that, they shut.
Is Flynn not talking, or can I not hear him?
No, Flynn's talking.
Oh crap! Hold on.
Is Flynn not talking, or can I not hear him? Not Flynn's talking. Ah, crap.
Okay, Flynn, give me a test.
He might just be choosing not to hear him.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Flynn, can you hear
good
him?
Move there. But ultimately, he probably should have just stayed in the end zone.
Yeah. Carr drops back, steps away from the pressure, and he's going to find... I'm not exactly sure who that is, number 18.
Stanley Morgan Jr. He's a rookie wide receiver.
Yeah, I believe that's a rookie. This is a good wide receiver group. Still have Amari Cooper. You got Morgan Jr. and you got Riley Ridley in the draft.
He drafted Riley Ridley?
He drafted Riley Ridley
last year.
Well, with Raiders' passing ability, that's terrifying.
Yeah. And speaking of Ridley, he's going to find Ridley, but I don't think this is going to be staying. I take that back, roughing the passer on Marcus Davenport.
Lots of penalties, just unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like,
sloppy football game.
Ryan. This is looking like a Rex Ryan coach team right now.
Bringing back bad memories for the Bills fan.
I have scars from that regime. Between Doug Whaley and Rex Ryan, there was just,
and people
terrible.
said that was a good hire.
And they reacted poorly on that
People
one.
said that Rex Ryan actually did a good job.
People say
With
a
the
lot of
Bills?
things.
Yeah.
Sorry, you cut out there. What?
Yeah. Yeah, people say that Rex Ryan was a good fit for the Bills.
I mean, I don't know.
Mr. Butt Fumble himself.
Nah, that honor goes to Mark Sanchez.
Oh, yeah.
At least Rex managed
You
to
know,
coach Sanchez up to 10-6 season. But anyways, Carr comes up to the line here. He's gonna pass.
Drops
There's
back.
really nothing there, and there's a hold now. And oh, he takes a sack. That's just literally
Yeah.
everything went wrong there.
At that point, when the flag comes out, just run outside, throw it
Yeah,
away.
you just gotta throw it away. Madden doesn't count 2 penalties.
Yeah.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
So because of that sack, now it's going to be 3rd down and 21 from the 31-yard line.
Probably just run it here, gain a couple of yards back, make it the field goal easier, right?
It's probably gonna dump it off, try and get a few yards easy.
Making a lot of adjustments up at the line.
Oh, it looks like he's trying to gain it all back.
Back stays
He
in.
finds his man. Oh my God.
Oh, Amari Cooper into the end zone. God, the one guy
I-
you think that they wouldn't leave wide open, Amari Cooper.
I'm impressed by the ballsiness of that play call.
Snuck it into cover 4. I don't know what this New Orleans secondary was thinking, but they're going to give up a touchdown when they really should have given up not even 3.
That's a
I believe it was the free safety in the middle of the field there that let it up. Marcus Williams.
Yeah. Saints fans do not want to hear that name.
Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
Also gonna very quickly return to Rex Ryan while Marcus Sanchez might have the butt fumble. Tyrod Taylor will always be the guy that didn't know where the center is.
Wait, what?
And let's think about what every team
Or no,
has in
that
their
wasn't
arsenal,
Tyrod.
right?
Was that Tyrod?
That's Tyrod to you, sir.
Number 2 goal
And
is winning division.
I don't know actually. I don't think that was
Biggest
Tyrod.
goal, I think, is to be the highest seed
I'm pretty sure that was Sanchez because he
No.
ran into the center.
No, it wasn't Sanchez. Not that one. The one that didn't line up under center.
Cooper takes the snap, and he finds
Play
Michael
action.
Thomas. Ooh,
Michael
this is
Thomas.
starting.
Yeah, this is gonna be this is looking like.
of a shootout.
Yeah. Going back to that, no. Taylor lined up behind his tackle instead of behind his guard instead of behind his center, and watched a snap go right past his face in Buffalo.
Oh, I don't remember when this happened.
Probably blocked it out.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or if it wasn't Tyrod, then it was whoever was in Florida State before Famous Jameis.
That sounds like something Famous Jameis would do.
It wasn't Famous Jameis. I know that because he was in a Buffalo uniform. It was in Buffalo.
It might
I
have been
have no clue.
preseason, not when.
No, this was midseason. It was on Come On Man.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know how I don't remember this. Anyways, that's the end of
Yeah.
the first.
End of the
Saints let
first.
clock tie down.
7-3. This is probably going to be one of the lower scoring shootouts. It's going to be very
Yeah.
offensive heavily, but I think that both teams are probably going to be favoring possession over just score.
Oh, Kamara. that was dirty.
Wow. Wasn't able to
probably-
make the second guy miss. But
Yeah, turns a 5-yard gain into a 24-yard gain.
Space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Nothing stopping this passing game right now.
And nothing's stopping the passing game, but everything's stopping the running game as Alvin Kamara is going to gain a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, you can see where the strengths lie for this New Orleans offense right now.
they live and die by by Tua's arm.
Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Oh, Shao, your brother just linked the video that we were talking about, and I hate him now.
What was it?
On the bright side, we won that game because that was when the Rams were coached by the legendary Jeff Fisher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's just sitting back there giggling like a little girl.
Was it Tyrod?
Yeah, it was Tyrod.
Yeah.
EJ Manuel was not starting it up.
Okay, that's who it was. I couldn't think of the name. I knew it was I knew he was from Florida State. EJ Manuel.
Leave the poor Bills. Leave the Bills.
Hey, you can insult a quarterback now because he looks great in shorts. But anyways, the Saints are now on the 1 yard
not
line
shorts.
while we were. And they're gonna
coming out with the big heavies. Just shy.
You think you run the sneak again there? Probably, right?
I think you definitely could.
He's going toss here.
Yeah, this is
either toss or sneak, depending on the look you get.
I don't think that this is a power run. Alvin Kamara's in instead of Scott.
Nah, he's selling out for that toss.
Both are covered up pretty well right now. And Kamara tries to cut inside.
Nothing going.
Just barely covered up. Oh, it's really close.
I think if you do go around the outside, you got the block.
I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, with the angle.
Look at the.
The defender probably comes off of that.
Yeah.
There's the hard zones there. I don't think he was going to be able to make that work.
Yeah. I think you maybe try and start giving LJ Scott a few more carries because Alvin Kamara has gotten absolutely nothing going.
I mean, in the receiving game.
In the receiving game, yes. Alvin Kamara has done great in the receiving game. In the running game, he has got 7 carries for all of 11 yards.
Might do something here.
Again. This time,
It's not the same look. Gonna go around the outside this time, like I said before. Looks like he might be listening to the stream. He's gonna get into the end zone.
Same play call too from the Raiders.
Yeah. Actually, we've been saying so much about this passing game. New Orleans has actually run the ball more than they've thrown it. We've been praising this passing game so much. I did not even realize that.
Well, a couple of his big plays have come off of play action, so you have to thank the running game for that, even if it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, actually, the Saints team is not winning based off of their offense. They have the 23rd ranked passing attack and the 28th ranked rushing attack, whereas their defense is ranked 6th in the league.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff?
Compared to the Raiders, just give me a second here, who have the 6th best offense in the league and the 24th best defense.
As we say that, Jordan Howard just breaks free on the toss. Nice gain of 15 there.
Game.
It's only his 2nd touch of the game, but went for a lot of yards. Trayvon Diggs actually on the tackle. I didn't realize New Orleans had Diggs. Carr drops back. And that's, I believe that's Junior on the catch.
Yeah, it's Morgan Jr.'s second. No, that's Riley Ridley.
Oh, that was Riley Ridley. I thought Riley Ridley was in 16.
I guess Morgan Jr. is 13.
Yeah, I thought it was the other way around. I'm sorry. Big gain there from Riley Ridley. And after that, coming out in a heavier set now.
Carr's got a man. Does it see him?
I believe that's
Yes,
Amari
he does.
Cooper. He does, and he's going to find him. Probably David Carr's, or David? Derek? Which one is it?
The older brother.
David is the older one. Okay. Derek Carr. I get them mixed up. You'd think I wouldn't, but I get them mixed up.
Forgot who David played for.
Houston.
Texans.
Houston. That poor soul in Houston's developing years.
Mm.
Yeah, he was the first quarterback in Houston. Not the worst, but seemed like it at the time.
Now that honor would go to the Lobster. Brock Osweiler.
I don't know. Whedon started a few games.
True. Forgot about that. The legend Dan Wheaton. Or Dan Wheaton?
And Brandon.
Brandon Wheaton. Sorry. I did not follow football back then because I was too young. So.
2nd and 7 now from the 8-yard line. And the give again goes to Howard, and it's going to be stuffed once again.
Lost one on the play.
Yeah, 3rd down and 8 now. Davenport in on the tackle.
Making up for that roughing pass earlier.
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I was actually a little bit surprised that Oakland didn't try to move up to get one of these quarterbacks. I know he hasn't been very ecstatic about Carr's play.
Carr is, speaking of
That has to be
Carr's first miss on the day.
First miss on the day, and it was a touchdown that he had nobody around him.
Probably should have touch past that instead of the high bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think outside of the first draft, which just had very poor quarterbacks, I'm not sure Oakland has ever really been in a position to draft a quarterback, at least in this league. So
Yeah, they've
Carr's always been the best option.
been very far back, but I'm surprised that they didn't at least try to move up in the last year or so.
Ooh, that spin move.
A good spin move there. Gets up to the 31-yard line. Not sure who the return man is. Is that LJ? It is LJ.
Yeah.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the side.
Something that I've really expected New Orleans to utilize a little bit more. I don't think Alvin Kamara is that workhorse, and he hasn't played like it really. He's below 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, he needs a complimentary in between the tackles back to
Really missing
pounding.
Yeah. Tua changes something he didn't like. And going to fake it to Kamara. Not going to find anyone, but he's going to find some open space for about 4 yards. And that's been the running game this year. Or not this year, at least, but at least this game.
Looks like his tight end came open at the end there, and he just got too scared to push it.
Yeah, something like that.
He had the deep flag from the tight end, and he might have had his slot route.
Oh, wait, sorry. My stream was very delayed there. 1 second. I probably just called something that happened like 30 and... Ooh, and it's intercepted.
Right. Was that...
I refreshed my stream. And
round. The first thing you see is the interception. Came right back at the wrong time.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes.
And Tua gonna find the wrong team. He's been so good this game, and just right there, one of his few blunders. The question is, will the silver and black capitalize on it? That play is not showing it. That's how it's going to get a whole lot of nothing there.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah. Outside of
He's
that,
running a lot. Running a lot of tosses. I've noticed.
yeah.
I think that's the third time he's run that specific pitch.
I don't think that Howard is really an outside the tackles kind of guy.
Yeah, he's much more of a bruising interior.
We're seeing the wrong style of play from two running backs right now. Kamara's being used inside and Howard's being used outside.
Ooh, McCarr's going to scrabble forward for a good gain. 13 yards, I think. Yeah, 13.
And don't see Carr utilize his legs all that often, but I guess whenever they leave a good hole like that, I think that just about anyone would take off and run.
He's serviceable as far as his mobility is concerned.
I think even Tom Brady could have made that first down run. I've seen him make that first down run before. And juked out Urlacher.
Ooh, nice hole. Offensive line really set that up well.
And finally using a bit more power. It wasn't a full power, it was a stretch play, but it wasn't specifically going around to everyone.
Regardless, it pays off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stretch can work. Howard is really similar to Derrick Henry in his running style. He's very good at bending those runs and being powerful off the outside.
Yeah. The only difference between Derrick Henry and Jordan Howard is that I think Howard's a little bit faster to get up to speed.
Yeah, and Howard does do better in between the tackles.
Yeah. Henry can do good between the tackles, and IRL this past season we saw that. In the later half of the season, he showed that. But Henry's one of those guys that if you get him out into space, he's just as fast as a lot of these running backs out there. It's just that it takes him a good 7-8 yards to get that speed.
Go max protect here. And, ooh, he's not going to throw it. He's going to run it again.
I think maybe you need to start spying Carr.
Yeah, that's I don't think I've ever would have said that before.
Yeah, but after two big first down runs, I think you at least consider it.
At this point, I don't think you run it because he's getting closer to the end zone now. There's a lot less space to work with.
But you never know. I got burned on it against Atlanta.
And it does not look like they're assigning a spy to him.
No. Out of the eye, I think you can at least gamble that this is going to be a run. Watch out for the run to the left.
Yep, and it is a toss. Howard kind of glitching in between his linemen there.
Yeah. Get up to the 2.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Looks like Oakland's coming out in a heavy set here.
Okay, please don't do that. Please don't do that. No. Okay, thank you. Sorry, had to break commentation. For some reason, he was coming out. Looked like he was going to try and come out in a field goal formation. I was like, okay, let's leave the cheese at home. This is Green Bay.
Play action. Ooh. Somehow he lost yards on that play. I'm not sure how that happened.
Yeah.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Had he had about like a second more time to throw that one, more than likely he finds his fullback in the end zone.
Yeah, but that edge was all over it. Not sure who it was.
Probably want to get out of that play action a little bit quicker. You want that play to not take so long to develop just because you know that everyone's coming after you.
Well, that's just how play action works in Madden. You have to
I
wait
know.
till the animation's over to throw it.
I know. I'm saying R2 out of it.
Oh, yeah. And that was, pretty sure that was a glitch.
That was a glitch.
EA.
Yeah. EA Sports. It's in the game. I wish.
First, I couldn't tell if that was Discord or you.
No. It was deliberate. It's true, but it's deliberate.
EA Sports. It's in the profit.
EA Sports. It's in the. Your opponent is experiencing network issues. It's in the desync.
All right, now Oakland kicking off.
Yeah, New Orleans
Pretty sure that.
has all of 19 seconds to somehow make something happen.
Ooh, it looked like he had something, but then a bunch of Raiders got a block shot.
Just about everyone let their blocks go. So 14 seconds.
Looks like he's actually going to call a play here, believe it or not.
Probably 14 seconds. You do have a timeout. I think maybe you at least consider throwing it kind of deep. You need probably, what, about 30 yards?
Intermediate route with a little bit of run after catch.
Yeah.
Setting yourself up well.
And if you can try and get probably about a 25-30 yard pass, try and get something. Maybe you can get into field goal range.
And with this screen, Kamara is just refusing to get tackled. I think that's it. Oh, never mind. Saints elect to pick a timeout. Probably going to throw a Hail Mary or something here.
More than likely. More than likely, this is going as deep as possible. Block everyone. Try and give you as much time as possible to just throw this into the end zone. One thing I'm going to not agree on, though, Michael Thomas is on the outside left. So your best receiver is not running deep with everyone else.
And Tua's going to just take a sack, and that'll be it for the half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't just do the base Hail Mary formation. Get all your playmakers lined up right next to each other.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break.
And Oakland now with a chance to extend that lead.
Oh, the spin move. He might go all the way. He has the angle.
He's at the 50. He's at the 40.
And I think he draws
and face mask. So he's going to get this ball all the way at the 15.
Well, that's a good start.
Yeah, you can
God,
say that
if you're
again.
New Orleans, you don't like that start. You take a sack to in the half. You give up a huge return. And basically, you put them dead into field goal range instead of putting them about right on the cusp of it.
Oh, and Howard's. Ooh, that was really lucky. And he's gonna get all the way.
Woo!
Touchdown.
Gonna run over a couple guys and get into the end zone. Looked like Marshawn Lynch there.
That was really lucky. There were some guys really setting the edge there. I don't know why they didn't come off their blocks to make the tackle.
I don't know, man. Whoever was on that edge was blocking down the linebacker Anzalone.
Might have been a missed holding call over there. I mean, this is Oakland. They play dirty.
And they stab you for insulting their team. Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah. Cannot forget that.
Says the member of a fan base that likes to light themselves on fire and jump through tables.
Yeah.
Hey, better attempted suicide than attempted homicide.
At least we take our own lives. That's someone else's.
Hey, that's not. That's not suicide, man. We can take it. Maybe you can suicide for you.
Yeah, okay.
And oh, what the hell happened there? That should have probably been at least a gain of 5 yards.
And instead,
73 is
big
up.
number 73 going to fight his way back. New Orleans has all of 15 yards on the ground, and probably about 10 of that has come from their running back.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Yeah, it really has been the passing game that has gotten them anywhere today. Oakland's D line is really stepping up. And, oh, Tua just misses his guy.
Oh, that had very well should have or could have been 6. Number 31, I'm not sure who that is.
I believe that's Rayshon Melvin.
That's a guy you don't see dropping that often.
This is probably a must-score drive for the Saints, right? You're down 2 scores. You just gave up a big return.
Well, this is the last drive. If you don't score here, it heavily limits everything you can do in the future.
Oh, that's a killer interception.
Oh, just threw it a little bit low. If that's not a bullet, actually Vernon Hargraves on the interception.
That's a bad read, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You should not have been thrown to him.
If you throw it that way, you've got to at least touch pass it. And the give here is going to go to Gaskins, the Washington man, and he's going to make his way up to the 23.
Probably should have stuck with that blitz.
Yeah, he pulled out of it at the last second.
Also, if you're New Orleans on offense now, do you think at least consider bringing in LJ Scott to start running it?
Ooh, Cameron Jordan. I think he
Off.
got 2 block sheds there.
Fights his way up for that sack. So all those yards gained on the run, just lost and then some, as it's now 3rd and 11.
Yeah, this defense is not going quietly into the night.
Yeah. You can get this stop and force a field goal, then you're definitely still in this football game. It's one thing if you give up a touchdown. It's a 17-point game that hurts you. You're down 3. Down 2 scores isn't that much.
Yeah. I was just saying on the last drive they have to score because they just haven't been able to stop the Raiders' offense.
Yeah, they're actually going to get the stop here, 4th and 7.
And the Raiders connect on the field goal. It is still a 2-score game.
I think LJ Scott needs to touch the ball this drive.
I don't know if he's the overall the answer, man. He's what, a 68 overall?
74.
The issue seems to be with the blocking.
It's like a 72, 74.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten any carries then. He should be the starting power back.
He is the starting power back.
Then how is he not getting any carries?
Because he keeps manually taking him out.
Are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Yeah. Coming out in the gun.
I think if you're gonna give it to Kamara, you need to give it out of the gun. Those I formations, those power formations, Kamara does not work out of that.
Ooh, square was there. I don't know who it was, but Maurice Hurst is gonna get in for the sack.
I believe that was Thomas on the outside.
Guessing on where he was in the field, probably it was Thomas, but I couldn't see because the icon was covering.
Yeah. After the sack, it's going to be 2nd and 13 now.
It's going to be really demoralizing here for this Saints offense if they just go 3 and out here after the defense holds and bails them out.
If you're Tua, you need to turn around and give this to Kamara. There is nobody in the box. They're not going to do it. They're going to throw it. Throws it to this tight end. He's going to get up to the 29. I guess when your running game hasn't been working that well, you use your short passes. and did a good job of doing that there.
Oh wow, this is really, really, really empty box. I wouldn't run it, but like throw up the middle is probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Only 3 on the line, but still 7 in the box.
Watch Michael Thomas in the slot.
And oh wow, that was really underthrown.
Oh, another bad idea. Another bad throw by Tua. And Armstead's going to just barely save that one. Montez in on the interception. Don't see him do that very often. You see him coming down. You don't see him in coverage.
Oh,
I'm
at that
not
point, he didn't have to do
sure
anything.
that was really. I don't think that was really the user's fault. That was really underthrown.
Yeah.
You probably should have high pointed it just to make sure it wasn't lowballed like that.
Even in that situation, it shouldn't have been thrown. Even if you take out the linebacker, Michael Thomas was covered like a blanket. Hargraves was right there.
Baskin gets it. Oh, he didn't get in.
He's gonna be just shy. By probably about the hairs on his chest, he's not in.
Wait a second. Who is the coach for the Saints? It's not. Is that Coughlin?
No.
Or Doug Marone?
Retired?
Sean Payton retired, but I don't know who's their.
No, Sean Payton didn't retire. I think Sean Payton's in Minnesota for some reason.
Oh, was he fired? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think he was fired.
At the start of the season, I went through and listed everybody's active head coach.
Would you mind pulling that up real quick then for us?
No, no problem.
And it is now a 3-score game. Going to be 21 points. If Oakland gets this, 2 points, and oh wow, that hurdle.
Just jumps straight over everyone. 31-10.
Yeah, their head coach is Doug Marone.
Yeah.
Doug Marone, okay.
How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so
Shadow, our Jags owner.
What about him?
He fired Doug Marone.
I am.
And I don't regret it.
You fired Doug Marone. I think that Sean Payton ended up outside of New Orleans because...
Watch the drag. Just throw to the drag. What are you doing? Oh, he's going to run for it. And he fumbles. Ugh.
He's just overlooking the easy yardage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to get it all back in one.
That drag route was open and then some. This is starting to turn into a bit of a bloodbath.
Yeah, if they score here a touchdown here, we might call it. No, yep, there goes another easy completion for Carr. Not sure who 18 is.
I believe that's Junior, Morgan Jr.
Yeah, Morgan Jr.
Jr.
This is probably a run. The D-line's not pinched.
That's a weird play call defensively.
Watch the run up the middle.
Oh, it's play action, but dropped.
I don't know why you don't just run that up the gut.
I don't know why you high point that throw.
Probably was afraid it wouldn't get over the line, maybe. The lineman, I mean.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. Just trying to make up excuses, I guess.
Let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Also,
are rolling out. Oh, but he's gonna get pancaked. Or sorry, sandwich, not pancaked.
that was a car sandwich.
I didn't see him open there for a second, but
Yeah.
I don't think he had time to throw it. I wouldn't have thrown it if I didn't have time to set my.
Also, I know it's a 21-point game, but do we say something about New Orleans using suggestions?
I would
honestly
aren't
didn't
suggestions
realize
completely.
until you brought that up. Yeah, that's actually against the rules.
I don't think he's been using it up until this drive, but this entire drive has been suggestions.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought he was calling off formation before.
He was before, but it's all of a sudden there now, as that should have been an interception, but it's going to be dropped. I believe that was Manti Te'o. No, it was not Manti Te'o. I don't know who 95 is. I just let him hit right in the chest. And that'll stretch it out to a 24-point lead now. 4:40 left in the third.
That's not out of reach, but this is.
It's definitely not out of reach, but you need to start.
We've seen crazier things happen. Let's say that. Like,
Well,
you
it
know,
just seems like more of a
Packers,
user error
something
here
like
instead of bad luck. And generally, when you see these late game comebacks, user makes one mistake and then a couple stupid turnovers happen. I don't think he's coming back from this.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime.
Yeah, and the Saints aren't really built to win this. They're a very defensive team, and they just have not been able to stop Oakland's offense.
And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side.
And Kamara up the middle for all of 3 yards. He's averaging 1.3 yards per carry. Also, update from Tampa Bay. They did pull it out. They won 30-23 over the Minnesota Vikings. As Finley threw for 300 yards in the win. Kind of wish we had watched that when Tampa Bay was in the creamsicles. Going deep for Thomas, and it's going to be incomplete.
One-handed that.
I just wish we would have watched just so we could see the creamsicles. Also, I believe that Kirk Cousins ended up going down hurt.
Oh, that's really unfortunate for the Vikings.
Marquise Rasby is showing up on the final for their stats sheet. On stream.
Oh, that's another time where you have to take that drag route.
Yeah.
Probably going for it on 4th down. Tua just needs to learn to check down when he needs.
Shadow.
Yep.
Mad Bomber.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mad Bomber. Mad Bomber is the New Orleans user.
Hold on.
Mad would be the old Saints user.
Yeah, Mad Bomber is no longer the Saints user. He is an observer.
What did he drop out again?
Time.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks for him. He was a good user too. He was in the NFC Championship game last year.
Mm-hmm. He really had a chance of beating Green Bay for a while there. Just threw an interception at the start of the second half. Was driving too. It would have been a tied football game had he hit it, but ended up going the other way. Made a lot of big mistakes.
Ooh, watch Morgan Sr. there. Oh, it's a run. Never mind. And Howard. Oh, I think that's a touchdown.
Makes a man miss, and he's to the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Oakland, and this one's getting ugly.
All right, I think it's time to call this one.
Yeah, it's 41-10 already.
We have just not been picking the right games to cover.
Yeah. I mean, they have all on paper look like they would be really good games. Seattle, San Francisco looked like it was going to be good. Looked like it was going to be even better whenever Russell Wilson goes down. And Russell Wilson going down made the absolute opposite effect. Cincy and Cleveland looked like it was going to be a really good game, and Cleveland blew them out of the water. Trubisky looked like
not cover games with newer users that are unknown qualities.
well, I mean, we've covered, or we haven't covered Saints, but Saints is a 2-loss team. Like, he leads the South. Well, now he's tied for the South with Tampa Bay after the Tampa Bay win today.
Yeah. I think Tampa Bay is my pick. They weren't my pick to win the division because Mad Bomber hadn't dropped out yet. Guess by default they're my pick to win the division now.
Originally, I thought it would be either the Bucks or Saints, but I kind of figured Bucks would eventually take over it when Mad Bomber dropped out.
Some news from the Vikings game. Apparently, Kirk Cousins was benched when the Vikings were down 23-0 in the second quarter. And then undrafted free agent Marquise Raspberry led a comeback that ultimately fell short.
Oof. And Cousins must have really been playing bad.
The Saints on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be third.
Tua comes out 5 wide, and this is probably the only chance that you've got now. Right, something's got to give here. And can finally look for Michael Thomas again.
95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get
Tua has 150 or over 100 yards, and the majority of those have gone to Michael Thomas. I don't know why he's looked anywhere else, because Michael Thomas has been about the only guy that's made catches for him. And play action to LJ Scott. And
that's the first time Scott's gotten involved.
Yeah, he's gonna make a catch and get 6 yards.
At the 44. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
I mean, Alvin Kamara is averaging all at 1.3 yards per carry. This would be a perfect time to give it to him, too. Nobody in the box. Once again, it's going to be a throw. Really should have been intercepted.
Or the out there?
I believe that was going to the out route. Melvin again drops an interception.
Still shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Still
I don't know what's going on with.
Should have gone to the drag. I don't know. I still don't know why that wasn't a run. I mean, there was nobody in that box.
Probably taking the running game out of the question at this point. You're down 31 points. Watch Thomas. He's all alone on that side of the field.
Drops back and looking for the tight end. Gonna fall incomplete.
Hunting. He's all right.
Yeah.
That's throwing up the white flag right there.
Yeah.
I think it's time to call this one. Oh, and now the Raiders are probably they're getting a great return. So yeah, I think that's it for the stream tonight.
Thanks for tuning in. Are there any other games going on tonight?
This might be it, but we will be back if there are more games.
Yeah. Delete some of these channels that I know have been played already. Not sure when Panthers Falcons. There's no Panthers user, so nothing for Panthers Falcons. Chargers Chiefs. No word on Chargers Chiefs. Chargers have looked fairly decent so far, actually. Chiefs not so much.
Haven't actually scheduled my game yet.
There is no Patriots user, so that would be why.
Oh wait, Carlos dropped out? When did this happen?
He DM'd you.
Like 2 days ago.
You didn't DM me.
He DM'd someone. It might have been Dax.
I think it was Latham or Dax.
No.
Well, I guess that's what happens when I lose my computer for a week and I'm out of touch with what's going on.
True. Do we have any word? All right, Rams Cardinals are playing tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I think we can end the stream and then we can continue this discussion.
So thank you all for tuning in. We'll either be back at a later day or tomorrow with more coverage. So until then, we'll see y'all later.